Hi, and thanks for logging on to the Daily Dvar, and here's a brand new halacha for you, and it's for Tuesday, the 11th day of August. Here we go. Today's halacha is this. It's very simple, that when the chazan is repeating the Shmona Esrei, we call that chazaras hashatz, the repetition of the shliach tzibur, of the chazan. He repeats the entire Shmona Esrei for us, and the simple law is that you're not supposed to talk at all while he's repeating the Shmona Esrei. That's our law. The deeper explanation, though, is fascinating. The Shulchan Aruch continues and says that anyone who does speak during the repetition of the Shemona Esrei, his sin is considered too great to bear. It's considered such a grave sin that it's too heavy for the person to carry that guilt all by himself. That's a description of an enormous sin. And that expression almost never turns up throughout the entire Shulchan Aruch. So it certainly is interesting to try to find out why the Shulchan Aruch says it in such a strong way. If you talk during the repetition of Shemona Esrei, your sin is too great to bear. The only other time that that expression is used is when the first murder ever happened, when Cain killed Abel, when Cain killed Hevel. It used that same kind of expression. Now, why would it be considered so grave to just do a little schmoozing while the chazan is repeating the Amidah? And here's a beautiful explanation that I once heard. Imagine if someone was going through a life and death trial. The death penalty was about to be decided upon the defendant. And while his lawyer is giving the final appeal before the jury, the defendant is sitting there just like relaxedly schmoozing with all of his friends. How does that look to the jury? They're watching this guy, trying to decide whether he deserves punishment or not. He seems to show no remorse whatsoever. He's relaxedly schmoozing while his lawyer is defending his neck. They could be tempted to judge him guilty because he doesn't seem to care. He seems so nonchalant and blasé about having perhaps killed someone that he's just schmoozing while his defending lawyer is trying to defend his life. It looks terrible. Same thing is true here. When the chazan repeats the Shemona Esrei, he's pleading on behalf of the congregation that we should all be healed and we should have our redemption and our sins should be forgiven. Very, very important requests. And if you're schmoozing, you're being like that defendant who is arrogantly showing, I couldn't care less what that guy's saying up there about me. That's a sin that's too great to bear. Thanks for logging on. Log on again tomorrow for more. Bye-bye.